Hey there, welcome back. We have another incredible interview with one of our amazing Get Good at Business Virtual Summit speakers. Today, I'm joined by Ellen Gardner, and she is amazing. So excited to have her as one of our speakers at the upcoming virtual summit that is March 15th and 16th. Ellen has been in the coaching and speaking space for over 20 years. She's owned multiple successful businesses, has been a business and real estate investing coach for some amazing gurus, such as Robert and Kim. Oh, wow, I cannot pronounce that last name. Ellen, help me out.
Kiyosaki, Robert and Kim Kiyosaki. He's the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Oh, okay, perfect. As well as various HGTV personalities, has worked with Mark Victor Hansen, co-author of Chicken Soup for the Soul books, and has added franchise coach to the mix in the last couple of years. See, she is passionate about helping people succeed in their businesses, whatever it looks like for them. And she's an avid traveler and also loves karaoke. And Ellen is going to be presenting at the summit, which perfect fit, right? She's all about helping you get good at business. This is the Get Good at Business Summit. She is talking about the why and how of executing your plans. So we're so excited to dive into that a little bit more. Ellen, thanks so much for joining me today.
Thank you. I'm super excited to be here.
So we dove into it a little bit in your bio, obviously a vast amount of experience, but tell us what kind of ignited the journey in setting you apart as an expert in helping our business owners know the why and how to executing their plans.
That is, I love being, first off, I love being able to speak on this just because this is how it all started, and it can start for anybody, at any time we choose to take action. And so my story is that I actually started working for a marketing company back in 2002. I had just had my second baby and started in their customer service department making $9 an hour. And when I got there and I noticed a lot of the things going on around me, I asked my manager, hey, what is it that we do? Like, who am I working for? And he told me that I was working for a gentleman by the name of Robert Allen. And Robert Allen is an author for some real estate investing books, like Nothing Down for the 1990s or whatever it was. Anyway, so he handed me a bunch of books and said, go ahead and read these. And I was all, okay.
Thanks, homework for work.
Right. So I started reading these books, and then I just started getting interested in other people who were interested in these books. And they had introduced me to Robert and Kim Kiyosaki, so Rich Dad Poor Dad, and read that. And then I just started taking action. So I started investing in real estate and started flipping property at first. I worked with a lot of people in foreclosures and pre-foreclosures. This was pre-2008. And then, I mean, I've always really been very entrepreneurial minded. So even as a kid, like I would do door-to-door sales when I was 9 years old and, had the Kool-Aid stands and babysat and all the fun stuff. But the thing with this was that it was something of like my own, like I had to create this. And so through doing this and through learning how to invest, about a month or two later, after I had started investing, we started to bring coaching in-house. And so I went to the coaching manager and I said, hey, I'm a walking testimonial, and you're going to hire me. And so he did. So So I became a coach. So I was a real estate investing coach for many years. I like 5 or so years for that specific company. And then I actually started speaking nationwide. So I had my third baby and was traveling 6 days a week. And it was very daunting and very heavy on me. And so I had to make a couple of decisions based on, first off, what I wanted as an individual, but also what I wanted as a career and to succeed in what I wanted, what meant it. to me, it wasn't or, it was and. How can I have both? And so through a lot of opportunities, like I would go out of my way to take people to lunch or just to get to know people. Like I did a lot of networking and stuff like that, just so I could learn ways of being able to do it the way I wanted to do it. So I was investing in real estate. I was a speaker traveling nationwide, and I was a real estate coach. And I couldn't do it anymore. I broke. So there was a time that it was really difficult for me to get out of bed because I was trying to do it all. And once I realized that I didn't have to do it all, things dramatically changed, and I was able to really remember who I was and what I'd accomplished, and that took me to new heights. Pre 2008, like I said, it was about 2007. I noticed that there in the real estate industry, things were going a little wonky. So I started preparing and finished a couple of flips, had a couple of rentals that I sold, and then 2008 hit. So I was prepared, and I taught my clients to prepare on, how to succeed in any economy, really. So the why, the reason I love talking about this is because of my why. So my why was to be able to be independent and have some freedom, which is a lot of what a lot of people want. The thing is that I could have read every single one of those real estate investing books and never done anything with it and wouldn't have known how to do it. It wasn't until I started taking action and implementing everything that I had read that's when things started coming together for me. And so when I was coaching, one of my biggest, I guess, frustrations at times was that people were getting all of this knowledge, but they weren't doing anything with it. Yeah. And so I was always like, okay, every week when I would talk to people, I was like, hey, what did you do? What actions did you take? And I'm like, all you have to do is start. Because once you start and you start getting in with people who are like-minded, they go fast. And so it's that first step. And sometimes it's super scary when you don't know what you're doing, but that's why it's so important just to do it. And I just got off the phone literally right before this call with a lady who she's over 70 years old, and she told me that she went bungee jumping at 60. And I was like, oh my gosh, you're my hero. That's awesome. So I was like, what initiated that? She's like, I just wanted to try it. And I'm like, okay. So my thing in life is you've got to make things happen for yourself. Because if we wait around for other people, it's not going to happen, because it's not as important to them as it is to us. Right. And I have a saying, it says, and I say it a lot, it's wisdom is knowledge in action. Because really, we gain experience through doing things, through having experiences. And that creates our wisdom in our life. And so that's just one reason why I think taking action, just in general, just executing in general, is huge. Because if we sit in our house and we don't take action towards what we want, we're not going to be able to get what we want out of life.
Absolutely. And I think you spoke a little bit on, through your journey, you hit a point where you're like, I can't even get out of bed. I can't do it. And so I love that you have an emphasis on the why as well as the how to execute on plans for your presentation, because the why is just as important. Because I think we've been around long enough where you see it on both sides. You see the people, the business owners who are taking in all the education, all the courses, and aren't taking the action, aren't implementing, and are stuck that way. And then you also see the other side where people are taking action, but they're taking all the actions that support burnout and all the actions that aren't really supporting the growth of their business and the growth of them as humans. And so that why and the how on executing the plans, I think, is such a crucial combination that you've really tapped into.
Absolutely. Absolutely. In fact, one of the people that that I love to just kind of, I guess, remember as like somebody I worked with, he actually moved from Arizona to Florida. And through the reason why was because he heard that doing real estate in Florida was, you know, better than Arizona. At the time it wasn't, but he thought that. So um, so he moved to Florida, and through talking with him and kind of teaching him the steps that he needed to take to learn how to like wholesale just even real estate. Um, he started making about $10,000 a week when he was in Florida. And for him, that's exactly what he wanted. He was like ready to move fast. And so that's what we did, is we moved fast for him. Um, my my take on things is that if you're prepared, like ready for it, it will come to you. And you just have to put yourself in the right situations. Um, from real estate, I really dove into business more. My husband and I have owned a couple of businesses, and I've owned a couple of my own businesses that have been successful. But I really love being able to see other people succeed because they're taking action.
I love that. And you even have a line in your presentation description says, let's dive a little deeper so we can go from knowing what we need to do to done. And I think that is such a key and crucial piece of this. Now, you've shared several success stories throughout this. I think the main outcome of all of this is to really line up with the name of the summit, right? Help these business owners get good at business through execution and through knowing the why and the how. So you have something also really cool that you're offering our live attendees who attend the event. What is that you're going to be giving away to one special live attendee person?
So I usually do a discovery call with people. It's a half hour, and that discovery call is free. But for one person on the call, I actually am going to do an hour session with someone who I'm super excited about that because I really love getting to be able to be with people and in their business. And so I thought, hey, this would be a great opportunity just because I get to get more into it with you than just that half hour time.
I love it, love it, love it. So if you are watching this and you're like, the Get Good at Business Summit sounds pretty awesome. Absolutely. Number one, yes, it is. We have over 20 speakers who are all dedicated to helping you get good at business, specifically across the areas of intuition, marketing, operations, velocity, and of course, execution, going in and getting it done. So if this sounds like something that you want to participate in, that you need to go to because you know you want to get good at business, you're really feeling called to Ellen's presentation all about the why and the how of executing on your plans. You want to get supported in being able to do that and join an incredible community of other entrepreneurs also seeking to raise and get good at business. What you want to do is go to summit.getgoodatbusiness.com. And if you use Ellen's name at the ticket registration checkout, you can get your tickets for free. So make sure you go check that out. So excited for Ellen and her presentation, all about helping us get good at business together. So Ellen, thank you so much for joining us today and super excited for your presentation. And everyone else, stay tuned. We will have more presentation previews coming up. But in the meantime, save the date, snag your ticket, go to summit.getgoodatbusiness.com and type in Ellen for your free tickets.